conjunction with St. Mary's Episcopal Church in Pleasantville, the children are trying to teach me. I'm a slow learner. I'll tell you more about them in a little bit. This is my 7th year. I've stood before you as your rector to deliver a state of the parish report. If successful parish ministry is defined by the number of people in the pew on Sunday morning and the amount of money dropped into the collection plate, this past year has been extremely unsuccessful, and I have fallen way short as your rector. Since our average Sunday attendance dropped another 7 people to 83 from 90 last year, and our budget finished with a deficit of $60,000. However, many believe ministry is more than numbers. Successful parish ministry is defined by the numbers of lives we have touched and the situations that have changed because of our being present. So let me tell you about the successes of St. Mark and All Saints this past year. One of my goals this past year was to create an adult education program that would spiritually fill our adult parishioners. So this past fall, we created an adult education program that takes place between the 2 services from 9:15 to 10:15. We are using a program called That the World May Know by Ray Vanderbilt Lane. Each class begins with a short video. Each class begins with a talk by Ray to a group of people who have gathered in the area where the story took place. When the 20-minute video is done, we take what we learned from that and begin a discussion that not only teaches us, but also allows us to share our faith with one another. I believe that people who participate do get a lot out of what we do each week. Right now, we are using a series entitled The Path to the Cross. We hope more people will begin to take advantage of this program. We meet in the vestry room. I'd like to move it to the parish hall. This past Advent, we were blessed with Melanie McLeod, who led our Advent Bible study. One of the rich blessings that SMAS has is the faculty from Stockton College, who share with us their gifts of teaching. Thank you to each of you who help us learn more about God and through our teaching programs. Another blessing we have at SMAS is the abundance of clergy. Deacon Tom and I are blessed by the presence of Canon Lee Powers and Father Dwight Neglia, who help share some of the pastoral load with us. They not only fill in for me when I'm gone on Sunday, but they visit the sick as needed. If you'd like either Dwight or Lee to visit you or have a conversation with them, just ask them. They're very approachable and they love to talk to you. If you become sick or in the hospital, please call us and tell us you're sick so that we can come and visit you and pray with you. One of the things this parish does really well is loving our church members who are sick and infirmed. Unfortunately, we had too much practice this past year. This past year, 4 of our active people entered the kingdom of heaven and will be greatly missed. I had the opportunity to care for Lois Duffy after her son Brent died 2 Novembers ago. You see, Lois didn't want to go live with her children in Maryland, in Pittsburgh, or in California. She wanted to stay here with her church family. So she entered the Spring Village at Galloway assisted living community, and my family adopted her as her grandmother. Lois did very well there. She enjoyed all of your visits. You visited her from church. However, she did miss her son Frank and her family that had gone before her. Lois entered the kingdom of heaven on March 3rd, and we had a wonderful celebration of her life. The funny thing about Lois was, my kids said that we adopted her. She was their adopted grandmother. You see, my kids want to adopt was amazing. Even though Kat was not ready to go and leave her husband Ricky, her church or her school, I'm sure she's becoming as great in heaven as she was here on earth. My beloved friend Tom Beal from 8 o'clock was also taken too quickly from us. He went to sleep the way he always wanted to go. His loving wife Marie is missing him the most of all. I know I miss him, from our wonderful chats to our very green runs, which we did every time we met in the summertime. The final person we lost this year was someone most of you probably didn't even know, since she was always so quiet in church. Joyce Stackhouse was the mother of Michelle Wakacha and the grandmother of 6 of my favorite kids, the Wakacha clan. Joyce became sick and went way too quick. I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. She is incredibly missed by her daughter and grandchildren, but I know she is watching over each of her children in heaven every day. All 4 of these parishioners, along with Bruce Arthur, were blessings to Smacks. And we were all blessed. And they were all blessed by many of you. They will be greatly missed. The hardest part of this job is the fact that I always seem to get to know you, and then I get to love you. When you hurt, I hurt. When you suffer a loss, I do too. But one of the greatest privileges of being your priest and your rector is the fact that you let me in your lives. I'm always surprised at how amazing your lives and stories are. So please call me when you need me. And call me when you don't need me, just to talk. One of the great needs in this parish is the need for drivers for transportation to doctor's appointments and other appointments. I'm in need of a team of drivers that I can call on when needs arise. Sometimes I know in advance, and sometimes I find out at the last minute. If you're available to drive someone to an appointment, please sign up on my poster in the parish hall after the service. I thank Dave Dunleavy, who is my chief taxi driver in this parish, for all the help you have given me this past year in taking people to appointments. One of the best things that's happened this past year has been the start of our homework help program with St. Mary's in Pleasantville. Through this program, we are doing real mission-oriented ministry. Every Tuesday at 4:30, St. Mary's opens its doors to the neighborhood families, and a group of volunteers from here in St. Mary's gather to help the children and their parents with their homework. We help with math, reading, spelling, and whatever they bring in. We also help the parents understand letters that are sent home and child's assignments that are assigned. We have a good group of families, and at the end of this month, we will begin an ESL, English as a Second Language, adult program, which will help the parents even more. This program is an amazing thing. We are always looking for more volunteers to help, since we would like to expand it to Thursday also. Come and join us. I thank Faith Penrose, who has helped head this up. She's the one that knows the Spanish. And Mary Jane Fallon, who also teaches Spanish. I'm learning slowly, but it is an amazing ministry and one that will uplift you as much as it uplifts me. I want to commend our welcoming committee and the hard work under the leadership of Dave Dunleavy that they've done this fall and winter. There is a noticeable difference in this place when you come in those front doors. It's so nice to be welcomed in, and I believe it will make a difference in our membership growth and retention. If you would like to be part of that committee, just say something to myself or Dave. Volunteers are always accepted. Financially, we are struggling. Thank you to all who have fulfilled their pledge this past year, and thank you to all who have pledged for this coming year. I don't know how to solve this problem other than to continue to try membership. We are also looking into other ideas, such as shared ministry, grants to start a campus ministry at Stockton, and new fundraising ideas. The warden's vestry and myself will continue to work together to try to solve this problem. Thank you to all who support the many fundraising programs here at SMAS. Thank you to all those who put countless hours in doing those programs. We could not raise the thousands of dollars that we do without you. Please support the new activities that we will do this coming year. One of the joys and extreme privileges I have from you all is something called a discretionary fund. And with that, I'll be able to help parishioners and outside people with gas cards, ShopRite food cards, and money to pay bills. This past year, I was able to help over a dozen families. We also provided Christmas gifts and holiday food for 10 families in our community, thanks to all of you. We blessed many people through these ministries this past year. Thank you to all for your help and all that you did. We are ready to break ground on our columbarium. All the papers are in, and Brian Wright is simply waiting for the weather to break. He's a parishioner and is going to give us his time for free, and he's a mason in the building. So hopefully that will be in and ready before the spring. Charlie Kirk stays on me. Breaking on the other side of that wall. Yeah, other side of the wall, in front of the church. Yeah, where the big cross is. Yeah, that's where it's going to be. Thank you to all who make St. Mark and All Saints the amazing place that it is. I can tell you all that I truly love my job. I look forward to another great year serving Christ in this community and beyond. Please come and join me in ministry. Don't just sit in the pew, but pick up your hand and go and be Christ to the people that you meet. Thank you. And God bless this place, and God bless each of us. Faithfully yours, Mother.